In this question we cover volume of spheres, so this is our sphere right here. Remember, this is the equation of how to get the volume itself. So all you need to know is you actually need to know the radius. In this case the radius is given, so the radius would be this line right here, which is said to be 6 centimeters. Remember, this is the equation for volume, so all you have to do now is plot that into your equation. So it should be volume of the sphere would be 4 over 3 times pi times the radius, so that's 6 centimeters to the power of 3. So if you put that in your calculator, you should be able to get the right answer. So 4 divided by 3 times pi times 6 to the power of 3. And that will equal, in this case it says volume is 904.77, and we can round it up as 904.8. Remember, the units is centimeters squared, because if we take 6 to the power of 3, we also have to take centimeters to the power of 3, and centimeters to the power of 3 is cubic centimeters. So in this case the volume of this sphere is 904.8 cubic centimeters. Now for this question, what we're going to do is we're going to get the actual volume, so the volume of the sphere. And remember, to get the volume of the sphere, all we have to do is we have to use the formula to the right, this one right here, and we have to be able to know, only thing we need to know is the radius. In this case the radius is given, which is this one right here, so the radius will be 4 meters. So let's plot all that into our calculator. So it says 4/3, so 4 divided by 3 times pi, that's just part of the formula. And then remember, you have to take the radius, so times 4, because the radius is 4 meters, and you put that to the power of 3, so it's 4 meters cubed. So you put in all in your calculator, I'll do that now. So 4 divided by 3, that's 4/3, times pi times 4 to the power of 3, so cubic. And that will give you, in this case, the volume is 268.08, and I'll round it up from 0.8 to 1. And remember, we have to write meters to the power of 3, that's cubic meters, because in this case we will cube 4, so 4 to the power of 3, but we also cube the meters, so that says meters to the power of 3. So in this case the volume of this sphere is 268.1 cubic meters. What we're going to do for this question is we're trying to find the volume of this sphere. And remember, to get the volume of a sphere, all we have to do is we have to use the equation. So in this case, the equation is 4 over 3 times pi times the cube of the radius. So in this case, we've got to figure out what the radius is, and it's given here. So the radius is 0.73 meters. So plot all of that into your calculator. So 4 divided by 3 times pi. And then remember, times the radius, that's 0.73 meters. And all that will be cubed. So put that in our calculator and we should get the right answer. So 4 over 3 times pi times 0.73 cubed. And in this case our volume is, it says on my calculator, 1.629. And that 29 we're going to round up to 3. And remember, it's going to be cubic meters, so meters to the power of 3, because in this case we're going to cube 0.73, that's going to be to the power of 3. But we also have to cube the meters, that's also going to be to the power of 3. So our volume of this sphere in this question is 1.63 cubic meters. What we're going to do for this question is we're going to just basically get the volume of this sphere. Remember, to get the volume of the sphere, all we have to do is we have to use the equation on the right hand side. So the equation says 4 over 3 times pi, and then remember it says we need to have the radius. The radius is quite simple to find. In this case, this whole line is not the radius, it's actually going to be the diameter. But remember, to get the radius, basically if we divide the diameter by 2, that's going to be our radius. So we just take 12.6 and divide that by 2, and if we divide that by 2, our radius would be 6.3 millimeters. So in this case we would write 4 over 3 times pi times 6.3 millimeters, and then we cube millimeters because it's radius cubed. So we put all that in our calculator and we should get the right answer. So 4 over 3 times pi times 6.3 cubed. And that's going to be our volume is going to be 1,407.39, and we can round it up to 4. In this case, that would be millimeters cubed. And this would be the answer. So our answer for this question is 1,000. The volume of this sphere is 1,047.4 cubic millimeters.